Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Space Engineers. I'm your host, Quadruptator. Guys, I know what we're doing. You know what we're doing. This looks like what we've already done, but why are we in this and not something different? Why are we different? So, last time we were playing on Mars for an economy only run, and this is economy 2.1 restart. I turned on grind to build, so if we check our menu, this is all we can build, John, including weld pads. So it is including the first thing. This is it until we start grinding and welding. This is all we can build. Now, what does that mean? That means we are starting over the economy piece of things. I did repaint the rover. I also repasted it so that it would not be, so it would be orange for me. Let's see. If we look inside, we've got the gun, the ammo, food. We have our wonderful GPS thing, which I've already read and made a marker for. Right over there, you can see. And what else? And a pair of binoculars. That's it. That's all we have on board to start this little adventure off. Last time, I'm going to pause it really quick just so we're not missing anything. Chad roasted me on my buy high, sell low. He said I was a shady merchant's dream. Confirmed the abandoned farmsteads are random planetary encounters, so they should spawn on Mars. I wasn't 100% sure. Believes encounters don't include algae farms yet, so that won't be something I can grind to learn, which will be interesting. In this specific thing, advised against turning whatever we find next into a base. Says wait until we find an outpost or a building, not a wreckage. So, think of that. John said, if I find something useful, why not make use of it? Notes the downside of useful things might be way out of the way, but you won't know until you check. And then suggests more practice with grabby hands, although he did enjoy the smashing example. And then, what's up, Clyde? He said he prefers wide rovers for stability. Yeah, for stability, same. That's one of the things I usually try to do first is widen things up. And then thinks I found some solid loot. A great station. He found a great station near a pole on Earth-like, which is awesome. And then ran enough contracts to buy the bulwark, slapped some Gatling guns on it, and then started hopping space station to space station for contracts, which is awesome. If you're going to restrict yourself, why not repair one of the large grids to repair? And that is not a bad idea, Chad. What I want to do, instead of building one, like either we salvage one or we salvage one or something. So now I'm curious on the grind to learn. If I grind this past functional and then weld it, I don't have the technology yet. Okay, how do I learn the technology? Shouldn't have tested with you know what? Let's go ahead and do this right here. Shouldn't have tested with the wheel. We'll be right back. Alrighty, so we're back. So what we're gonna do, first and foremost, is we're gonna change this to make sure this is handbrake and not park because reasons, danger. So we're gonna head towards this Hillcrest compound. Now, grind to learn is on. I've just determined or learned that in order to learn something, you must grind it completely. That does not mean grind part of it. That does not mean grind it down to function and then weld it back. That doesn't mean hack it. That means literally grind it all the way down. So that's going to make some of our salvage situation a little bit more complicated, only in that the first time we find a place that has something we don't know and want, we're going to have to either use it sort of unlearned or we're going to have to grind it all the way down. Now, the good news is when you grind it all the way down, you should be able to immediately rebuild it. And I didn't think about that before I reloaded. But you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's test that theory right now. I don't have a way. I can't even make blocks. I can't even make, well, you know what? I can make blocks. What if I grind this block right here? So now I should have, blocks. Okay, that's useful in some kind of way. And that's just light armor blocks, which is neat. Okay, so now I have light armor blocks. I can do this and switch to the white color. Put that there. I believe our paint code, our second one is the gray. So that means that if I want to learn any of this stuff, I could potentially now, once I get some blocks, I could potentially drive this up on a rail. I could drive it up on something, temporarily take off one of the wheels all the way off, and then I could put it back on once I grind it all the way down. So that's good to know that that's how that works. Why did my guy just turn out of nowhere? That was crazy. Okay, so we're going to head towards it as soon as something pops up on radar or we make it to the station. that's what we'll do. For the antenna, we're gonna enable broadcasting, show ship name. HUD text should be Rovert, like Robert, but Rovert. Yeah, it is Rovert. I just didn't see that before. So yeah, we're gonna get there. I'll pick up when we get closer. What we're gonna do is this is an economy only run. The plan: make enough money to buy ships, buy a large grid. Once we've purchased our first large grid ship, we can then build a large grid base. Obviously, if we have all the parts to build it. Now, that doesn't mean we can't find an abandoned thing or a settlement, take it over, and utilize that as our base of operations. Ideally, we find something closer to this here compound. We'll see. I don't know that we will find something closer, but I hope we do. That would be neat. I think it would be very useful to find something closer to that compound. Last time we had found a logistics station, but it was like, I want to say it was like 8,000 kilometers away. Or not 8,000 kilometers, I'm sorry. 8 or 9 kilometers away, or I don't remember. Anyways, it was far, ooh, magnesium. It was far enough away that, why do I have an ore detector? Oh, I do. It was far enough away that there's an issue. The other part of this, we cannot drill. No drilling. We can refine if we find ore or we find stone, but we do not drill. The only thing we could do to drill, we can potentially drill out. We cannot harvest ore. So anytime we're drilling, it's going to be right-click drill for land clearing. In rare occasions, if I need to like more fine-tune the drilling, what we'll do is I might go ahead and left-click drill, and then I'll take the stuff out of the inventory and grind it down so that it can't be used for anything. But I don't know that we're going to come across those scenarios, so it's not really a big deal right now. It just means we cannot harvest resources to make things. We have to find them. And anyways, off to the Hillcrest compound. I will see you when we get closer or when something spawns that we need to go take a look at. Alrighty. Found our first thing. Divert. Oh gosh. 5 meters away, processing plant. IMDb. This is, what do we think these people are? We've just discovered this faction. They are, oh, we need a faction. For now, we're going to be tater scraps. Oh, the TSA, tater scrap associates. That's our faction, and we'll be accepting peace. So now we've found the IDMN processing plant, the tater scraps. The TSA is on the way. Last time we'd found one of these was it was a logistics plant, and there was a guy that just dropped us free loot. So I'll be excited to see if this also has a drone that just gives us free stuff. Now you guys might be wondering, we already had a economy playthrough. We were on episode 2. I only posted 2 episodes so far. Why not continue on with that one with these mods? I felt it to be more fair to go ahead, turn on grind to learn rather than like this honor system, which I was being honorable with. But why not, instead of going off that and kind of being unfair, I thought let's give it a true shakedown, start over, and we'd already kind of seen that specific economy station. So I'm like, oh, what if we find something more interesting? What if with this economy station is different? I know a lot of people, it feels like there's quite a few people being like, we're going to do economy only, and I'm excited to see those things. Sully G's one of them. Check him out. I think the reason I'm interested in an economy playthrough with grind to learn and some difficulties is because I've seen a few people just doing an economy only where they have rules in terms of not building ships and only buying. And that's not been bad, but the speed with some of them, they're probably way better at the game than me. Maybe they're more efficient, but the speed with which they can go from this start to spacefaring is incredible. And of course, I don't see the hours that they've spent playing the game. I only see the hours. Got a visual on something in the distance. Looks down. Lock down the gear. Bring defenses online. Oh, good. I believe they're talking about me. Or maybe they're talking about the unknown signal. But nevertheless, so, we've got the, the idea that if we had started with where we were at and stuff, I don't know. I don't know. I just felt like maybe we should start firstly over. And because people are so efficient from getting from planet to space and that kind of thing, that I'm kind of keen to like make it a little harder and give myself some challenge. And that's what we're doing here. So let's get this unknown signal, and then I will pick you up closer to the Hillcrest guy. And we'll also get to see if we learn some stuff from this unknown signal. I know Splitsy's got a scrapyard thing he's working on right now, and he's got some really interesting thoughts and theories about like how the system should work and like why the unknown signals are a bit overpowered for some stuff. And I feel like that's going to be a little bit the case with grind to learn. Like unknown signals are going to definitely give us an advantage because we're going to get access to stuff without the risk of death or any of that stuff because we just get to take this item as it lands and we're not risking reputation or anything like that. So, yeah, that's kind of my idea. I have this idea of, you know, doing this and being a little more challenging. I do love the start of the game. I think that's the other part of it. Like, I'm okay to start over once more because I love the start of Space Engineer. Like, the beginning of it, like some of the grind is really fun. Not really fun to watch, I don't think, but it is definitely highly entertaining as the person doing the playing. What did we get? Let's see if we got an item. We didn't. That's sad. Okay, well, we're gonna get access panels. Um, lights. I love that. More blocks. So now I should have interesting inset bed, things like that. Access panels are here. Hey, the recharge station was tied to one of those things. That's fantastic. What about lights? I did get the one kind of light. It doesn't look like it's given us. Nope, don't respawn. It doesn't look like it's given us all the lights, just the inset wall. Okay, interesting. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I can't. Dang it. Well, that's okay. Ooh, fruit seeds and things we got. A button we're going to learn. Parachute we've learned, I think. That counts. And we can check all this by just typing parachute. Hey, look, there we do have the parachute. I'm guessing it counts for small and large grid. I will be very keen to see if I'm going to grind this down, this one. I know I was saving those earlier, but I'm grinding that one down specifically so that I can learn batteries. And now we should be able to see battery. Hey, we've got all batteries, so that's beautiful. What about cargo? Did we get all cargo? Oh man, that just gave us all cargo. Oh, spectacular. I actually kind of love that. So it is harder, but it's not impossibly hard. Let's get over to this thing and I'll pick you up when we get there. Okay, here we are. Um, Good. I've done damage to my lungs. That's what you want. You definitely want to do some damage to your lungs. Let's see. Let's get ourselves character weapons. Okay, number 9. Let's do a little investigation before we. Definitely have a turret. Exterior turret. There are quite a few. Do you think it's immediately hostile? That'd be the question I'd have to ask. They haven't said anything else other than got a visual on something in the distance. Do we bring the cart closer and risk it, or do we? I don't know. I don't know the answer. Um, Maybe we bring the cart into the distance. Maybe we do that. I think we can get a little closer. Sir, with the TSA, we're here to be your friend. I gotta. Oh, I had a super unknown signal spawn. Okay, the turret is there. Are we at peace with you guys? Independent minerals? Accept peace? What do we got? What do we got? It looks like there is an interior turret on both sides. In addition to... Turn those off, good grief. Right, so beacon, interior turret. Ugh, I don't. You know what? Let's get to the thing before we lose the rover. Let's go ahead and just get our way to the station. We're not going to fight that. We're going to let that be. We're going to let that lie. Um, I'm not ready to go that cavalier. I'm just not. So, uh, and I think based on this chat, talking about whether or not things spawn with the algae plant or algae farm, I think the way the system is going to work, I think the mod, like, it probably ties the algae mod to something else. So if we, which I can't look at the progression while I'm in the vehicle, but I think if we um, look at if there was a way to look at the progression, I believe algae is probably tied to something else. Because like when I ground down the inset light, it ground down inset blocks. It looks like inset aquarium and stuff. So algae farm is probably tied to something that we might find somewhere. So that's my guess. Anyways, I'll pick up in just a second. All right, we managed ourselves another unknown signal. Ah, better grinder. What? Already? It's already Christmas. That is the way to go. Are we going to get ourselves one of those things? Oh, I didn't press the button like I had meant to. Oh, it's so much better to have this grinder. Good grief. It's literally a thing. And I can claim this battery. If I can't even claim this tiny block, so maybe I can't claim this battery. What is this? Ooh, custom turret controller. Damn, okay. And I'm pretty sure. I think we're gonna have to risk it for the biscuit because I have no control panel on this. I don't think I have a control panel. Oh, I do. I do. Well, we can put that right here. 8. Slap that bad boy on there. Weld it up. I can claim this grid. Yes. Transfer to myself. Beautiful. I can grind that off. And then what we can do right here, we can place one of those right next. So, and then grab one of these over here. Um, now I need that to be, let's see, get this up, 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 like that. It shouldn't, damn it, it should not be spinning. It's explicitly holding the button so that it does not spin. And now I'm on top of my vehicle. I see. What a pain. All right. Beautiful. And we can set this thing to turn off. And we also can change this to small bat. See, special content power? That's the thing that happened last time. Small bat. There you go. We'll set that to off, and then that'll be emergency power. Beautiful. Now, let's get on to this dang station. I'm trying not to get distracted by too many of those. I don't know what the frequency rate for those spawns are, but it seems to be high. So, just note. But now we're just going to build a shell of those things. And if we look really quick, actually, let's do a quick stop. And now we should have, from all the stuff, oh, we got beam blocks. We've got corridors for some reason. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, wonderful. We've got AI blocks, which is crazy. Cargo barrels, um, explosive barrels, event controllers, that's nice. So we've got some stuff. It has unlocked some things. Button panel, which is nice. It looks like it's only locked a couple of the button panels though, so not all of them. I would really like to get some headlights instead of these crappy interior lights, but they'll do. All right, let's get to this thing and let's ignore that thing. 32 kilometers is so far away. Good grief. And that's why we're really ignoring it because it's not worth getting murdered this far away from a station, A. And B, even if I could take it, I'm 30 kilometers from a damn station, 34 kilometers from a station, which would be Not, it just wouldn't be worth it. So let's do the driving thing. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the driving thing, and hopefully we don't crash into something. Catch you in a minute. We've done it. We've done it. The Holy Land has arrived. Our first station, Hillcrest compound. And no worse for wear. We only had the one unknown signal interruption, which I consider that to be a great success. What do we got? Ooh, looks like a bubble. I do love the distortion. Do we need defensive shields? Should we put a defensive shield around our base or the safe zone shield around our base? That's the question. That is the question. I wish this had ground entry, ground level entry. You think we could hop up there? Oh, lag spike. That's weird. I see the ladder. I will not be using that. All right. What's in my inventory? Anything? Oh, tons of stuff. You know what? Let's just take all that we can. I'm not going to take this stuff. Let's take all that we can, and let's hop up here and see if they'll sell anything. Beautiful. Look at this place. This looks fantastic. Oh, that's awesome. Good job, man. These new base designs are. Oh, I can access the service terminal here. Got some stuff there. Anything in here that I can liberate? Nope. No, nothing to liberate. Let's press this airlock button. What do we got? Ooh. There was like a music thing going on. That sounded cool. I was excited. Nothing in there. Oh, good. The Lexington Plaza is only 5,000 kilometers away. No, 5.5. Sorry. I don't want to be inaccurate. I'd hate to. Oh, I need to get to this. So I can turn that off. I do not want to see that. Anything in here? More munitions. That's going to be useful for fighting the bad guys. Flare gun ammo. That's, also useful for fighting the bad guys. We got an ATM to deposit our buckaroos if we had any. We don't. Stores, contracts. We got some people. Hello. Ooh, what do we got? A blueprint. Oh, blueprint. This database games the sci-fi hydrogen engine. Oh, okay. Thank you. What is this one? Data package, large atmospheric duster, scientific sci-fi and flatmos. Heck yeah, did it actually work? Let's find out. Hydrogen. Oh, do I have to take them? I think I have to take them. Not really sure how these work. Do I have to enter them into something, or does anybody know? What do you do with blueprints? We'll find out. Find out next time. No, I'm just kidding. Find out this time. Hello, people. Uh, care for a spot of coffee? Excuse me. Get out of the way. What do we got back here? We got ourselves a door that's denied access to. Got a toilet. Wonderful sink to wash our hands. Great. I love that. Up here we've got us video games. Oh, hello. Thank you for waving at me. Hey, quit staring at me, creep. Anything in here? No, 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 no. What are they watching? Entropy playing. Ah, that's what, when I came in, that's what I heard. I was like, what is that noise? What's that? I don't know what to do with data pads. So that's useful. What's in here? Anything? Once again, no. Okay. First store. What do they sell? Ships. Ooh. 890 hauler or B890 hauler. That's a atmospheric one. That could be useful. Got the bulk freighter. That is the cargo variant. I think that's the C variant. I think it's mostly atmospheric. We're going to be looking at the bulwark first. I believe this is going to be our first hope to get. Hauler frame C, hauler frame J. This is jump drive. Looks like I've not seen the Horizon Forge before. That's interesting. It's not too expensive either. Hauler frame C will be great for once we get to space. That'll be useful. Lunar Scout. Oh, we got 6 wheels. And then we got another one with 6 wheels. Those look neat. And what else? Meal pack. Wonderful. I only have 10 grand, so I can't really spend too much money on food right this second. So this is the rover. This is a digging rover. Whoa. That's cool. Huh. And then Warden Strike Craft. Cool. That's what we got. That's the things that are listed here. It's not great. I would love to buy this right here. I don't have the money for it. The bad news is this doesn't have, I mean, we can buy hydrogen, but we can't buy stuff. What would they buy? They will buy all of these. I don't need any of them. So that is worth $9,000 dues. I don't think I have any of those. Oh, I can look at my inventory right there. Literally right here is my inventory. Pistol. I don't really want to buy anything else that I've got currently. That's okay. So yeah, that's that. That's what we can sell. We already sold some stuff. We didn't go upstairs. Let's go up here and check out and see what they've got. We've got some cool pipe works, stuff like that. Man, that looks really good design-wise. We got cargo access we can't use and security. Okay. Broadcast controller. All right, let's check out contracts. Let's see what's game. So the first thing we're gonna have to do is search contracts, I'm guessing. But the search contracts require us to carry the thing back, and I don't have a way to do that. So the first thing we really should do is a salvage contract. And ideally a salvage contract on this planet. This refreshes in 46 seconds. I might take this one just because it is 82 kilometers away, but like we can have a bunch of these, so there's no reason not to have it. And it is planetary. So I'm going to accept that. And then we'll wait for the refresh because I don't think we're going to have the search contracts, while not bad, like we're going to have to carry a thing back, and I currently don't have landing gear unlocked. I don't think. I don't. I do not have landing gear unlocked, so I would have to find a way to holster it into my ship without really any way to do that. Can I get back there? Oh, this is a mistake. I'm going to get stuck in here. But I want to check and see if this has inventory. Damn it. Oh, I'm going to get stuck in here. I can sense it. Anything in here? Hello? Anything? No, nothing in here. Oh. Oh, hello. Was that door unlocked or did you just... They let me out. How nice. That was very sweet of them. Okay, let's... Refresh. It did, in fact, salvage contracts. Nope. Salvage. What do we got? We got planetary, 71, 51. Okay, this one's terrible, but we're going to take it. And only because we might as well take all the planetary salvage contracts. I don't want to make it a game about salvage, but until we have enough money, that's pretty much what we're doing. So, that's my plan. Anyways. There's that. What about surge contracts? We only have one 3K away. Like I said, I don't yet have the ability to bring that back with us, so I'm not going to take one. And what do you got for sale? Anything different? I think these things always have the same. They do. Okay, let's go get ourselves some money. What do we got? Where are you at? You are... I don't see where it's at. Oh, it's 8,000 kilometers away. The Langridge warehouse. Good grief. That's so insane. Thanks, useful language warehouse. Okay, we're going to turn all these off first, and then we're going to turn this one on. Where are you? Are you 82? Okay, you are 82. Number one on this list. This is going to be copy to clipboard. We'll do new from clipboard, and we'll call this 82K. Okay, and then we can turn that guy off. And then this guy here is, which one is this? This one's 71K. So same thing. We'll come in here. We'll grab it. Copy to clipboard. New from clipboard. Change the name of this bad boy. 72. Okay. And then we can turn that guy off. And then this one, we'll turn you on, and you're going to be the 50. You are, in fact, the 51 kilometer. That's perfect. Click here. Copy clipboard. New from clipboard. Turn this guy on. We'll call him 51K. And then we will close this guy off. And then that way, we have that. Now, let's get outside really quick and get that unknown signal. And then, yeah. We might add, I'm probably doing this prematurely, but we might go ahead and add onto the rover. We might add a medium cargo container or start one because I think we have the parts for it. Maybe. We should have the parts. Oh, we're in a building zone. We can't. So let me back out of this. head this way. We will go out of the zone for a second to go get our unknown signal. We will build this cargo container really quick, and then we'll head to that salvage site. And that is what we're going to do. All right. Turn the headlights off. I don't need those on. Right. Why is this? Oh, there we go. Orange. Oof. I don't know if I like. We don't have the parts for it. That's okay. We're just missing motors. Do we really not have the parts for that? That seems insane to me. And then we'll go ahead and stick you. Well, we'll put those in the cockpit. Why can't this? I'm actually really surprised that this can't take that. It's surprising to me, to say the least. That's okay though. We'll put you here, and we'll keep the gun on us. And let's go get this unknown signal really quick. And then we will go specifically to get the salvage contract, which I do see on our, I was going to say, I don't see on our radar. And we can turn off this salvage site. There's no reason to have. And this other one, which I didn't turn on, if I'm not mistaken, that's the one that's 123 kilometers away. We'll go ahead and do that for the other one. We'll go ahead and grab this. We're going to make you that color. That's fine. We're going to roll backwards down this hill. That's fine too. No one needs to roll forwards. That's overrated. It's an overrated habit. All right. And then we'll here. Click this. Copy to clipboard. New from clipboard. Bring here. What did I say? 123K? I did. So we can turn this guy off. Perfect. All right. That kind of sorts those things out so we can hide them and we're not, like, we know which ones are which distance. So we're not like, last time I think I did A, B, C, D to like, oh, this will differentiate between the two, but honestly, I need their distance more than I need anything else. So that's the plan there. Let's see. We've got, we are 100 meters out. What do we got? Well, don't hit it. We need all those parts. No! You know, I was just going to say that, who was it that I was talking to? I was talking to somebody and they said that, no, I wasn't talking to somebody. I was watching a thing and they were talking about how they've never seen one of these specific drones not land upside down. I think that's my first one that wasn't just upside down and completely snockered. Ooh, I'm excited though. We're definitely getting landing gear, which means I can start doing those kind of contracts. Let's see what we got. We've got food paste. Love it. Food paste is tasty. Oh, and poison. I'm going to just throw that out and not risk it for the biscuit. Honestly, what I want to do, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have extra cargo, if I'm being honest. So what we could do, we come over here and we just put one of these bad boys down right there. Right there. Right there. What do we... Is my lungs injured? What's going on? Why am I... Something's going on. Something's behaving inappropriately, and I don't know what it is. That's very frustrating. Give me just a second. Get this healed up. Perfect. And the only reason we're doing this is just so we can have a little bit more storage. And, like, why not? And I think this, if I put the medium cargo on container on correctly, it means that I should... This thing's already full? Yeah, it sure is. That's insane. Whatever. Can I weld this up yet? Ooh, I can. Okay, and it's all connected. Just as designed. I meant to do that. Nobody can tell me otherwise. What do we got here? Ooh, synth loaf. What's my food at currently? I don't need to eat anything just yet. We're good there. But I can put this in here for good measure. I'll put this. Oh, you know what? Let's grab these things. There's a level of things that can go into a small cargo container, and there's a level of things that can't. And so I was trying to. It's whatever can pass through a small conveyor is the problem. All right, let's get on to this. Let's get on to the salvage site. It's 51K away, now 50. We'll get over there and we will see what we have found. So I will pick you up when we get closer. If something pops up that's interesting to go look at, we might go do that. I will try not to deviate too much as we got to stay on task. All right, we are back. We are just under 10 kilometers, and we've got some sweet, sweet mountains to climb over. I gotta say, this is taking much longer. I've had some interruptions. Mucho interruptions. So good, so good. And we're just driving along. So far, nothing. Nothing interesting. I've not seen any blips like crashed vehicles, nothing that. I feel like I'm on the most desolate spot of Mars right now. Or is this, we're west northwest right now? I wonder, is this like the mountain range? Like the, the one, was it Olympus? I think it's Olympus is the name of the mountain, the big mountain on Mars, and in the RL. Obviously, this is Mars-like, so not the same. But yeah, so far nothing of note. Although it looked like I just saw something pop over there, I didn't. It's all an illusion. So, I guess I'll pick you up here in a second. This was really just a random interlude to tell you that I'm still driving, and there's a mountain. And so far, the mountain is not insurmountable. In fact, it's quite mountable, given all things. Now that one may be a little harder to drive up, but I think we're going to be able to get over this. Otherwise, we're going to have to go, it doesn't look like we have to go too far south to go around it, or I guess that's north, that's not south. We don't have to go too far north to get around it, but I think we'll be able to go. I think this is the wiser decision. Although I say that now, and we're definitely slowing down aggressively. So come on, we could do this. We could do it. I have faith. I have faith. Oh my God, I have faith. I have faith. Yep, faith was well. Oh, no, that's a big mountain. Damn it. Okay, well, we just keep going. Just keep on keeping on, as it were. I will. I don't want to. I was going to say I'll pick you up on the other side, but we're going to see what the other side of this here crater looks like, because that looks to be pretty substantial. So this may be very entertaining, or it may not. What do we think? Do we think? Oh no, it's the wrong way. Unknown signal. I want to. Let's peek this hill real quick. That'll land by the time we get to the top, and then I can determine if it is worth it to go to that unknown signal, and then attempt to drive around this mountain range, because it feels like driving around may be the answer. But let's get to the top of the hill and take a look-ski. It actually looks like it might be pretty doable. So you know what? Let's go get the unknown signal. Let's see where it's at exactly. Oh, that's so far away. That's okay. We're going to go get this because it's parts and potentially items we can unlock. And both of those things are very important. Plus additional power. And there's tons of reasons why we might want that. Plus I drive so much faster downhill. I'm like Treebeard. Always feels faster going south. And in this instance, it is in fact faster to go south than it is to go north. So I'll pick up which I get close to this, and then we'll see what we got. All right. You know what? I do not believe I'm going to be able to. I went ahead and turned off my ore detector, which is why I can't tell what that is. But I do not believe I'm going to be. Ooh. Okay, what is this? The seeds? Seeds. Vegetable seeds. I do not believe I'm going to be able to. No, we're just going to grind this all down. I don't want to keep any of it. I do not believe that I'm going to be able to. What's the answer I had? Drive up as quickly as I was able to drive down. Ooh, broadcast controller. Cool. I wonder what that unlocks. And we got ourselves one of these. I still need to figure out how to use these blueprints. I've opened them outside the cargo container. Or like, so blueprint this. What do you have to do? You have to break them down or something? Oh, I know what you have to do. You have to go, and then you do that. Datapad decrypted. Aha. I'm smart. SMRT, as my wife would say. Do that. And there's that. Beautiful. Now I should definitely have, what do I have? Atmo. Cool, I've got those. And I have hydrogen. Ah, beautiful. That's all you really need. Okay, let's go to the mall. Or let's get back up this hill. Running up that hill. Make a deal with dog. We'll go up the hill. We'll get to the salvage site. We'll crest this mountain. And I will pick you up on the other side of this mountain or when I turn into a flaming ball of fire. Either way, see you in a second. I have to say, now that we're inside 2 kilometers, this thing is imposing, this just monolith of rock. This has been very fascinating to drive over these areas, like trying to navigate it all. And I feel like this is going to be a weird steep like situation to go down to this thing, but it looks like it's going to be on this side. It is, in fact, on this side of the salvage site. Look at that. Wonderful. We have made it. We are at Pater. Let's make sure that we don't just drive right off a sheer cliff. It's pretty steep, but that's okay. I think we're going to have to do some driving around to get to this area, but look at this spot. Like potential first base, I think. Like once we get to flying and large grid, this is a cool spot to build a base. Look at that giant. That is just freaking incredible. I desperately want to build a base inside that mountain, like in the side of it or something. Like that is monumental. So, what do we got? Looks like a crashed ship. Hopefully, nothing too terrible. Now, I don't know. There's something I haven't figured out yet, and we'll go ahead and pull up to this thing. I do not know if now that I have, okay, I do have large grid. I was going to say, once I've unlocked small grid, does that mean that I can, and the answer is yes, you can build large grid once you unlock small grid. So we do have enough room in our inventory right this second to eat this 30% meal pack. We can eat that because need to. We're going to chop this off just to slow down the rendering. Beautiful. Just like that. There's going to be a lot of good parts on this thing. Will this give us Gatling guns? Like, so if I have Gatling guns, I don't currently, okay. And I grind this off. Do I now have Gatling guns? I do. It's a little broken. It's okay. That's okay. That's odd. Got dead battery. Some thrusters. All right, we need to be a little bit choosy about what we build onto this. I definitely see a gyroscope under there that we are going to 100% grind down. Let's get inside. Let's see if we can get ourselves a doorway. We might as well, since we've got the better grinder. It only makes sense to chop this thing out. Beautiful. Got ourselves lab hydrogen tank, and it's so damaged it's got nothing in it. Got some batteries. You know what we will do? We'll go ahead and grab this. We're going to claim this grid. Anything in here that we need? Oh, an odd number of every kind of thing. That's normal. It's perfectly fine. You have to research this technology first. Okay, let's see. Is there anything on the grid that we can see? No. Okay, what about here? Do I have the item in this bed inventory? The answer is no. And we already have bed unlocked, so I don't need to grind that down really. Ooh, door. We do need door unlocked. This is a very full door. What ship is this? We can hack it at least. And I might actually be able to weld it up. I have not, so I have to research it first, which means I've got to destroy it. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and knock this whole block out. There's no reason to keep it. Oh, now this small hydrogen tank is definitely full of stuff. Okay. So let's do this. Let's weld you up. Let's weld you up. Perfect. And let's do Okay, we got our way in. Grab those. We can reclaim those blocks from somewhere else. It's perfect. Bring that down. Wonderful. We got to find the thing we need to find in here is the. We're just going to grind this down. And that is what we're looking for. That right there. Now, the smuggled goods. Now we have control seat. I believe that should have given that to us. So we're going to say control seats. Control, maybe? Let's see if it gives us all of them. It does. And I don't know if we have the parts to build that. So let's find out. Let's go see if we've got the parts. 73 computers. We definitely don't have the parts. Okay. I don't know that we can find 73 computers in this smoldering pile, but maybe we can. There's an easier helm block. I'm almost positive it. It's like this guy here is less. Yeah, we get the parts for this. This will work. What this does is just going to claim the batteries for us. So I'll grind this down. We'll see if there's anything in it. Oh, that is an incredibly large amount of superconductors. Oh, we're making money here. Okay. Do we own it all now? We should own it all now. We do own it all now. Excellent. Excellent. Let's bring the car around. There's no reason not to. Yeah, I knew that was going to add some weight. Damn. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need salvage. Back this up. So what we might need to do to learn wheels, we may have to do some work by like lifting up one side and doing all that because I don't think we have wheels yet. In fact, I'm positive we don't. We do not. So let's grind this down. The good news is anything, if we want, we can literally stack all of this into this one cargo container and kind of. What is smoking so bad over here? Good grief. It's like a lung disease. What do we got? What do we... Ah, you. Ooh, that's a heavy block. Let's go ahead and grind one of those all the way down. Beautiful. We should have just learned heavy armor. Let's see if we did. We did, in fact. Awesome. We are approaching maximum capacity for this thing. So that's going to be it. We definitely, in my opinion, we're going to take these out. I know that they look for these things. I also know they look for detector components, but what they will absolutely buy a metric crap ton on is what do you call it? The thruster components, and that is more important than the other thing, which we are already well overweight. Are we parked? This thing is struggling to stay in its position. Look at this. We can get a rocket launcher too, which means there's probably rockets in there. Let's go ahead and go upstairs and dump this stuff off in our cargo container. And what we're going to do is we're just going to have to leave this up and we can come revisit. We'll obviously keep the, these rockets are going to be worth some money. Sweet money. Maybe. They might be worth money. They may be worth nothing. That's a possibility too. Let's see. I think we've already gotten these, so I don't really need to. Conveyors. Okay, we're going to have to. Wind controller, we already had that. I think we already have a broadcast controller, so we don't need this either. What do we have on this thing? Batteries incomplete. Do we have hydrogen? I don't think we do. We do not have tanks, but we can get a tank from here, so that can happen. We don't have room for any of this stuff. That's lovely. What are we... I'm just dumping all sorts of good loot in there. The missiles are going to stay with me, as are these. That needs to stay. There's no reason for me not to carry those, which means... Honestly, what's more important? That's the question. That is the question. This one is damaged, so we can get rid of this hydrogen tank.
Inventory full.
And then... get rid of this hydrogen tank right here. Put all the stuff in there for a second, and then we can get access to conveyors by grinding that down. And then we don't need this. We can Grind that thing down. And do we have, did that give us all the conveyors? Oh, it did. It did. So I should now have small. Put that here. These guys can go there, and these guys can go there. Heck yeah. Now we're making out like a bandit. That's good stuff. All right. We are not going to try to drive this stuff back. What we're going to do for right now is we are going to call it here. Why are we doing that? Because that's a long drive back, and I've got to figure out what to do with this. This is a hydrogen tank with hydrogen in it, which is useful. We did just gain the power of hydrogen tank, which is great. We've got tanks right here, so we have that learned. We're off to a really good start, and there's a storm coming. And it looks like, that's a thruster. I'll also be able to get a gyroscope if I've not already unlocked that, which I have not. So I got to grind that off the bottom under at the back. In fact, we could just do that now. What are we waiting for? We can also take this. Okay, broadcast controller, you are in the way. You were, oh yeah, you are a gyroscope. Yeah, perfect.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Not much I can do about that inventory being full, except for that. There we go. Yeah, so now we just have to make sure that hopefully those meteors don't come and crush us. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one. Like I said, Economy Star 2. This is only our first salvage mission, but it is a long one. And so that is what we are going to do. We may need to do a little bit of rework on this guy before we leave to the next one, but that'll be the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you later, taters. And as always, be kind, stay ornery. Bye.